Yeah, so like whenever I hear Whoopi speak, like specifically about like age, right, or people that are different ages than her, she generally tends to think that her exact lived experience, specifically growing up when she grew up, is the same lived experiences that are currently happening now, right? Like she doesn't seem to understand that people are making more than their parents did on average, right? But getting less, like a lot less, because things are now obviously up here, right? Her generation is a generation that's basically holding all the assets, while the millennials and Gen Z hold nothing, basically, right? We are not the same, Whoopi, unfortunately. Right? You cannot go ahead and say that we are absolutely lazy. Because of what? Why are we lazy? We're lazy because we're making more money, but our money means less, right? Is that what you're saying? Our money equals literally less. When she was, of age to basically purchase a house, houses could basically be purchased with, 2 years of salary? Yes. If you really wanted to, save every single bit of your 2-year salary, you could pay off your house when she was younger. Now, what is it, 6 years? Same money, right? Come on, Whoopi. Come on. But all right, guys, this is a suggestion via Discord. Let's go ahead and jump into this video immediately.
Apparently, millennials and Gen Z have a much different view of the American dream than past generations. Data shows that soaring inflation, student debt, and limited room for advancement in the workplace has made them feel that milestones like affording a home, starting a family, excelling within the corporate structure are out of reach. Does every generation feel this way at some point? I say yes. What do you think?
Well, since we're sticking with our Clinton theme today, it's the economy, stupid. Like, my generation is the generation of the housing crisis, the financial crisis, 9/11. We've been in war basically my entire generation. You've got 45% of people ages 18 to 29 living with their parents. Our American dream's different. Doesn't mean other struggles didn't matter, but on the having kids specifically, I get it. Most of my friends, if they're not, married by a certain age, they're not owning homes at the same rate, and you don't want to have kids if you don't feel like you can provide that. My one piece of advice, though, to millennials who are holding off having kids because of the finances, if you're in a position, which is also expensive, consider freezing your eggs because you could change that position later and want to. But no, it's...
Yeah, that's not affordable to the average millennial. But you're rich, so.
Which is also expensive. Consider freezing your eggs because you could change that position later and want to. But no, it's hard. It is a very real struggle out there.
I think it's refreshing to see people enter parenthood so soberly, because I think for generations since the beginning of time, people get married, they just have babies because they're supposed to, and this is what we do. And then you see people like gay couples who fight so hard just to love a baby. And every day people are having kids that some are beaten and like not taken care of. And so to have a generation that says, I don't know if I can give them the life they deserve, I don't know if I'm capable of being a whole person and doing this, I say bravo, because it is not a slight undertaking.
That was my takeaway. I mean, my generation, you got married, you tried to get a house, and you had kids. And this seems to be very intentional. They're thinking about it. And I agree with you, though.
Those millennials are brilliant.
Your eggs start turning to dust, and so you have to be careful. And so if you're a young person and you have any kind of chance of freezing your eggs, which wasn't available to me when I was, your age, I think that you got to at least preserve the opportunity, because you may change your mind.
I'm sorry.
She said one kid is enough.
Yeah, well, but listen, every generation comes and wants to do better than their parents did.
Yeah, but this is the first generation, generally millennials and Gen Zers, who are not doing better than the parents at all. We're not. But all right.
Listen, every generation comes and wants to do better than their parents did. Every generation. But I'm sorry, if you only want to work 4 hours, it's going to be harder for you to get a house.
Oh, and don't mention 4 days.
No, I feel for everybody that feels this, but I'm sorry. We busted our behinds. We had to bust our behinds because we didn't have the option
Y'all gave
of going
us the housing
back.
crisis, though.
Listen, we had all kinds of stuff.
No, it's true. But the one thing I'd say is millennials are statistically the first generation that's likely to do worse off than their parents. That's
you know what? That's what they said to us as well. Every generation is told you're going to do worse than your parents, and you know what? People pick it up and they do what they do, and they raise themselves. And this is what you got to do. It's called being a good citizen. Apparently,
guys, I was somewhat afraid to hear this video, right? I mean, I know her opinion because I've heard her opinion, right? It never basically changes. Even with new information given to her, she never really changes her overall opinion, so it's always the same thing. She doesn't want to understand that things are different, right? Absolutely. She's saying every generation hears that. I'm sure they hear it, but we're the first ones that it's actually true. I'm a millennial. We're the first ones where that statement is actually true because of people hoarding assets. All right. The reality of the situation is that. Okay. But guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I mean, do you think that us millennials are just basically lazy? Right? We don't want to work any longer? Guys, I mean, it's hard to want to do the 9-to-5 grind, guys. It's hard knowing that you're going to make less money doing that than just opening up something on your own, right? But what do you guys think? Are we just lazy? I don't think so, personally. I mean, I work a lot, right? So I don't think I'm lazy, Whoopi. I work 16 hours. How many hours do you work, Whoopi? I work 16 hours every single day, Monday through Sunday. Yes, every single day. But all right, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.